We are back on the bench. Welcome, guys. We are doing some things. I am thinking about changing the channel name to Jason Does Things. So, hey Don, I'm going to take this out. This is empty. Thank you, man. So I'm thinking about changing the channel. Jason Does Things. I do everything now: electronics, engineering, modeling, prototyping. I'm branching out to a lot more things. So I think that is going to happen in the near future when I get some time. So off camera, I sanded and filled a lot of this stuff. This gap that was here. Just need to sand it back a little bit. Sanded this all up. Put a little Jenga block here with some sandpaper on it. A nice flat sanding block surface here. Sand off some of that filler that we put on there. See if we can make it blend in there. I know these videos have been a ton of sanding and filling, but this is a necessary part of this. With everything going on, I haven't had time to do much. Summer started, so I like to do stuff with my son in the mornings, which is normally the time that I get my work done. But I started a little earlier today. Played the 7 Days to Die again. It was interestingly fun. We're just doing weird stuff on there. So, I don't know. Not too happy with the way this looks. I'm going to do a different technique for the other wing. Alright, we'll have to address that more when it gets, I'll use water this time. Running out of Windex in my bottle. So I'm just going to use, where's my new 220s at? 800. Alright, I need to address this area here. When we get this addressed, we'll move on to some other things. Alright. Man, I sanded a bunch yesterday, or day before yesterday, and wow, did it not throw my bad shoulder out. On top of that, I made pizza yesterday, which is like homemade pizza, crust and everything. So I had to make 3 pizzas. Everybody likes their own pizza. So that yesterday, that about wiped me out. I had a meeting with a company that I'm freelancing for. That was like 2.5 hours. I didn't even get to say anything. I was just in there just to get information, and like I put my hand up in the Zoom call and ask a question. They never called on me. I'm like, okay, thanks guys. But they ended up messaging me after and answering my question, so that worked out. It was like, why am I even doing these meetings, wasting my time? Just want to feather that out right there. Reason it's not letting me get in that corner really well. There we go. Let's get this with this 220 in here. And we'll just use this 400. 400 will work too. Let the whole thing is 400. And again, all the fine details of this will be addressed after we prime it. We'll sand out and fill anything that we missed, but I want to get the vast majority of it now, so alright, now what I want to do is I want to address this right here. So I want to address this little dip on this one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some pipe here. What do I want to use? That is small. I just have so much. My wife is going to give me a little organizer for this stuff. That's all hydraulic. I don't want to take anything from my hydraulic ones. Alright, I'm going to have to pull this down and look. Oh! Alright, so yeah, this is my massive container of parts. Okay, so there's some 1/8 inch rod. Each column's channels. And here's some 1/4 inch tube. I'm out of that. Some T-channel, some angle, some square stock, some strip stock. Alright, so that's 3/64, so that's too small. We'll try a 3/32. I got these hexagonal rods. Use that for bolt heads. Some more strip. Some brass rod. And I got some more 40 thou rod. Some 30 thou rod and some brass. 1/8 inch tube. 1/8 inch tube and 1/8 inch rod. Brass. Yeah, hopefully she gets me a container for this. That's too big. I think that's all the tubing I have. Alright, let's put this down over here. Alright, so that's too much to go in there. Let's try this 1/8 inch. See what this looks like. Yeah, that looks like what I'm looking for right there. That fits in there and gives me a nice shape. Let's check the 3/32 just to give it a look-see. Okay, that's a lower profile, but that's like a tough call. If I go with that lower profile fill, or do I go with a higher profile fill? I think I'm going to go with the lower, with this 3/32 tube here. They cut me off a piece of this. Put this back in here. I want to get like a little divider thing that I can keep, you know, the strips in one, the rounds in the other, and then, you know, miscellaneous stuff. So you're gonna glue that up. I need to put my eyes on here. Take a gander at this. So I need to. So I want that in there to be a tight fit. So I'm going to sand down the corner of this here like this. Let's see here. It's a little bit better. Let's go in here and clean this up a little bit. This blade tool here. Just very gently, I don't want to gouge the plastic, just gently clearing out some of that garbage filler, over excess of filler that's in there. It's going to prevent it from seating in this corner right here. Take a look here. Where's our sanded piece? Here we go. Looks good. I'll hold that up there like that. I'll get a little bit of the thicker glue in there. This is still extra thin, it's just not the quick set, so I'll be able to flood more in there and hold it down. I'm just going to do that top corner for the moment. Let that set up a little bit, and then I'll come in here and I'll flow it in this crack right there. And I'll throw it into here without touching my thumb and messing it up. That's the key. And that should be good, and then we'll fill that like that. And like that. And then, just to make sure, I'll take some of my backwards clothespins here. You know, I flipped them around so it's got a flat here. I'll just clip that on there like that. Clip that one on there like that. So that'll hold that down, let that dry. We'll move on to our next. Alright, so we got this wing. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with these gaps right here. I don't know if I want to put another piece of sheet plastic on there, but let's go back and sand this up here. Yes, I know, more sanding, guys, yay. This wing wasn't as bad as the other wing, though. It just had this nasty gap. Had this nasty gap right here. good. Alright. Yeah, a little 220 of my sanding sponge here. And where's that 400 at? And I don't want each wing to be identical, so I'm going to do different things on this wing here. So we'll take a look at what we can do on that. All right. So I figured out where I put all my towels. I'm like, oh, here we go. I found them. Oh, there we go. Got a fresh one of these. I like using these because they're cheap, they work well, they get the dust off, and you can buy them in bulk. I mean, like huge amount of bulk, like thousands of them. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put the tube on this side because I like the way that looked. I guess I put that back. Lovely. Alright, let's get another one in here. Let's get it cut a little bit over. We'll do the same thing. This one doesn't need to be cleaned up as much here. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's... Let's get that. Let's get it cleaned up here. And without my eyes on, I can't see. I gotta really do something about that. So I've been having horrific double vision lately. Grandfather had double vision. Oh, guys. Life is just full of worry. What can you do? The best you can with what you have. One of the main reasons I even took this freelance job was because after it's complete, I can get insurance through them for me and my family, so that will help. But I have to complete the project, and that is a task in itself here. So now we got this. I glued this up and I really filled this, man. This is gonna have to be chewed through here, so Let's get this going here. Put on my sandpaper. This actually still feels a little gummy. Like it hasn't set all the way. That doesn't feel like it's set like it normally does. I noticed in my last video I misused the file. I apologize for that. You always go in one direction, and I was going like this, and that is the improper use of this type of file. So that was my mistake. I was editing the video, I noticed that, and I was like, wow. I'm normally better than that, but you know, it happens to all of us, I guess. We get caught up in it, and then we just start going like this, and you know, it's not good on the file, even though this is plastic. Still not good on it. Yeah, this is a problem. Hopefully I'm getting all this on camera. Oops, there I go, I did it again. I tried to go back and forth. It's like you think you can do it, but file's falling out. You can feel with a file like this when you're taking a cut and or you're flat with the surface because of the way it slides. In high spots you can feel it bite in, but when you get to a more even surface it tends to bite less and grab and slide more. It also could mean your file's clogged up too, but yeah. And this insane amount of file work. I should have filled this more, or I should have filed it back before I filled it again. This file's making short work of it. May not seem like that for you. Take this time to let you know. I will let you know in most videos that there's a link in the description to join the Discord. Comment, see the progress. I'm posting some pictures in there of stuff. I have a whole camera full of pictures, so I'll be posting more of them on there. So see, most of that filler came off. Zip on this side here. If you're doing a normal airplane kit, you can If you have major gaps, you can do the same exact thing to fill those gaps. I recommend the file. Just making short work of this. It's going to wreck my shoulder though, but you know, it's got to get done. Clean off my file before I put it away. Alright, let's get this here. Allows me to get contours here. Sanding frame. Flexifile, I think, makes these. Yeah, I think it's Flexifile. It's a fantastic product. They sent me a huge box of stuff, and I still use it. They make this glue applicator thing. I never do that much gluing at one time to where it's worth setting up. But if you're doing like sheet styrene, like I might use it on the other project when I have to glue tons of stuff, but on a project like this, it just seems to be overkill. But if you're doing like a architectural model or where it's just a bunch of long straight seams, they got some cool stuff for that. It's like this glass tube with a glass end on it, and it's pretty cool, and it, you know, really gets the glue in the spots you need to get it into, and the capillary action really takes over and does its thing. Let's get some 400 on this and see what it looks like. And again, we won't really know until we get the primer on there, but I think we're good to proceed with the next step here. Alright, so we got that cleaned up. File really helped. That's a nice finish there. Stretch out there. Shoulder's cramping up on me. So now I need to cut this. So I keep bumping the camera with my eyes. So here is the engine piece. So it's going to go somewhere on here. So what I want to do is, this is the tube. Yeah, so I got this tube right here, which will fit this right here. So if I make the diameter of this so this slips in there, I can just slot it in there. And I want to do some other stuff around it, so I need it a little bit bigger than this pipe, which is 11 millimeters. So if I go this way, right about there is 11 millimeters. If I take it off at the holes that are in it, because I really don't need those holes in it, it's 18 and about 16 there. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'll probably take it off right there, and then we will move on from there. So I'm going to put it on the scroll saw like that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with right about there. We'll cut on that side of the line. Alright, let's move some glue. And oh man, I'm hitting the camera. Wow, sorry. I didn't mean. I just got stuff not where it's not supposed to be, apparently. Alright, get the glue out of the way. And let's move some stuff here. Scoot some stuff aside. instead of going over to the other camera, I'll just bring the scroll saw over here. This is the Proxxon scroll saw. Fantastic piece of kit here. So, let's see here. It's in shot there. Yeah. Let's do it right about there. Alright. I'll go right about there. So we get some safety glasses on. Safety glasses. Let's fire this up. Bring up the speed. Fantastic, exactly what I wanted. Alright, let's move this back. Before I do that, clean it off. Make sure you keep it clean. And we'll put it back there. Alright. Proxxon scroll saw, absolutely amazing. Doing some quick work. If I would have had to saw that off, that would have been. And you know, it's not bad. You know, it's not bad at all. Nice clean cut. We'll come in here with our X-Acto knife here. Clean off the burr. Alright. So there we go. Alright, so we got something like this, you know, stuck out a little bit, and then this goes on here like so, and then we have ourselves a main thruster there. Now, I'm not sure if I want to glue a plate on the back of this yet, or if I want to build the engine first and see how that's going to look. So I'm going to hold off on gluing off a plate. I'm going to save this piece just in case. Put it in our box of parts there. And I'm going to end this off here with some stuff that my wife picked me up. Oh yeah. She picked me up some K&S Precision Metals, some 10 thou brass, some 16 thou brass, some 25 thou copper, and some 32 thou brass. This is going to be for the electroform vacuum form system that I'm working on. I got some vacuum seal bags that can withstand roughly about 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and the plastic softens at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm hoping I can put it on the fixture with the bag on top, heat the plastic to 200 degrees, pull a vacuum, and suck it down over my form. So that's going to be upcoming project. I'm not sure if I'm going to film it or just build it and then walk you guys through how I did it. I am working on getting some square corner stock, because currently the plywood pieces I want to build it out of, which are these right here. When you pull a vacuum on these, they leak air, so I can't get a full vacuum. So I need to build the box, put some better corners in it to get it trued up and square, and then I need to seal it really good with probably like a, I'm not sure what I'm going to seal it with. Leave a comment down below if you know what the best sealing is, or join the Discord and then you can submit ideas or come up with something better than that way of vacuum forming it or deforming plastic. Because it wasn't that hard to do this little bit with my fingers. It's not crisp, but we just heated this up with a hot air gun and we made a shape. I'm going to take this right here, I'm going to add some bottom to it, we'll put it on the form, we'll pull a vacuum, pull the plastic over top of it, make 4 of them, cut them out, and we got some landing struts for the spaceship. So, but that is a later project. I'm still thinking about how exactly I'm going to work it out, but this should be good. Let's trim this off here. That's good. Looks good. I didn't clamp that one down. I didn't think it needed it. Looks good. Make sure we're still going to have a good joint at the Alright. Yeah, that doesn't look, it rides up a little high. I might have to sand that down. But we are getting there. 100%. So put one of the engines on. So it's getting there. It's getting there. I also got to use the scroll saw to cut out the canopy area. Not sure how I'm going to fit all that in there. Put some weapons on it. Put the front stuff on it, and then paneled that. I might put, I might do something over here different, like take advantage of this dip here and maybe put some hoses and pipes in there. Also, see, I covered this one here. I might put another piece of, I might do something in here, then put another piece of that pipe into location. I could do that like that. I have some more of these. That like that. Do something like that, and then put these in. So let me pick it up. There we go. And then maybe do something like that. Maybe something like this going across, filling them this way. And I don't like that. That's too high. But this fits in there just like that. Get a couple of those in there. That'll take paint well. Maybe put a piece of pipe that fits in that section there. Actually, I'm liking that idea. Let's grab another one of those pieces from the kit. I know I saw some more in there. Now I know in the last video I was talking about using those for landing gear, but I'm going to use those for this. That doesn't fit back in the bag without ripping it, so I'm just going to stick it over there. Alright, let's clean this up. Yeah, I was going to end it there, but then I got this idea, so we're going to go with it. Because what happens is, I end a video, then I have a great idea, and then I just do the idea, and I don't film it, and it's like, the whole video was like, okay, but then I have the great idea at the end, and then I'm too wore out to film it. I just do it and then it's done and nobody got to see me do it, so I'm just going to go with this idea now. I don't know why I'm cleaning up that piece. Got cleaned up. And these Jenga blocks, these are just... Oh, she also found this wood pile set, a bunch of square... they're kind of like a popsicle sticks, like this long, and that's gonna be cool when I start working with those. Because then I can do smaller sanding blocks and whatnot here. Let's see. Let's do this. That like that. Glue that down. And obviously these pieces aren't made to fit here because they're from two different kits. But they do fit in there quite nice. Oh, I just touched it. Oh, that's going to have to be fixed now. About a piece of this 1/8" tube here. Yep. Well, I'll worry about putting something in that later, but that's where we're at. I'm going to call it here, guys. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. Join the Discord. Thank you so much, and have yourself a fantastical day.